Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Last Door. So, there's actually something that I forgot to do here. It's in one of the drawers. There happens to be an object that's hidden within there, and that's actually the whole point in coming in here. Inside there is one of the gardener's shovel. The cabinet has a large stain of mold due to the high humidity of this atmosphere. So now that we have the shovel, now we've got a tool to be able to, dig the grave from outside over here. Because he just doesn't want to use his hands. Although I guess I can't really blame him. So let's have a look. The lock is very rusted, almost shattered. The lock still resists. I can't open it by hand. A wooden box. It seems too small for a coffin. So, we're actually going to use the cyanide to burn away the lock. No, god dang it, or the vitriol, rather. Derp. Well, that's eerie. The remains of a humanoid body, but with a grotesque animal aspect. Maybe a small ape. It has a collar with some engraved words on it. Old Mike. Okay. The skeletal fingers of the creature are clutching a rolled-up canvas. It's a map of the stars. Beside the corpse there is a paper leaf. Dear Alexander, undoubtedly your methods are definitely stronger than mine. How do you manage to get results with such alacrity? On another note, my epiphany with the treatise of alchemy was not accidental. When examining the text closer, I have come to the conclusion that for a time, Raymundus Lully sought the same thing as we did. In his account, he describes a formula that he calls Hopo. Yes, like the legendary bird. It closely resembles the serum with which we have worked so far, except for minor differences. It's a pity what you tell me about old Mike. I hope he gets better soon. Videt nequitiat, July 2nd, 1887. Okay. Rather odd. Kind of a late letter, sorry. Anyways, we've got a picture of a canvas here. It's some kind of navigation map. Several constellations are marked. Interesting. So let's head back into the... Oh god, that sounds like Alexandra. Well, I was gonna suggest to go back into the basement, but now that we heard that screaming, we should probably go check on him. Is this creeping any of you out so far? Sure as heck got to me. Alexandra! It seems that he's gone. Oh, Jesus. Well, good thing we've got our oil lamp. Some diary pages on the wheelchair. The paper is ripped apart as if someone had stripped it off the book hastily. So let's see, October 31st, 1891. I'm writing in this in the light of my desk lamp, hoping to be able to remember it all when the birds finally sing and the sun's blessings dispel the dark shadows of the mind. During the whole afternoon, a strong wind hit the valley, so strong that it has cracked the larger branch of the old oak in the garden. I find it hard to get sleep during these nights, so I read a lot while accompanying the professor. I don't really know when exactly I'll fall asleep, but blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm not going to read all of that. I'm sorry, everybody, but these are tedious. They're usually not too important. A statue, it's holding something. It's a lens mounted in a metal ring. Interesting, and it's called a crystal. There are some strange symbols marked in the surface. Very unique indeed. Starlight brings some brightness to the forest. Okay, so apparently Alexander is now missing. Jeez Louise, like that isn't morbid at all. Anyways, let's get out of here. And let's head back over to that trap door. Because now there should be a new area that we can access. Okay, did anybody else understand that? What was that? Was that as clear as mud?
I speak like an idiot, 'cause I'm stupid and I can't speak properly.
Gosh, all your moaning and groaning. And what do you know, as I've pointed out in the previous episode, look what happened. I knew that there was something peculiar about this. And here we've got an interesting room. There is a mountain of compacted snow. Snow down here at this time of the year. An open envelope with a letter inside. Dear Alexander, I'm terribly sorry about old Mike. Will you put him to rest in his favorite place? After weeks of unsuccessful attempts, I've managed to distill the alchemical formula based on the notes you sent me. Certainly you're a master of this craft. The subject reacted to the serum as usual, rapidly entering into a state of waking sleep. Suddenly the convulsions stopped, and since then, he has not been responding to any kind of stimulation. He has remained in this state for many days. My diagnosis is brain dead. Which should be our next step, Alexander? I'm worried about that this could be the end of our research. Videt nequisiat, August 23rd of 1887. There is a dark hole in the center of this room. It delves into the depths of the earth far beyond what I can see. And we've got this little area here, a wooden secretary desk, beautifully carved. The flip top has no noble look, just some strange symbols. And we can actually play around with these symbols, but for now I'm not going to bother. Let's look over here. So you can see that you can click on many different things. No, I think this is not the triangle that I'm looking for. And I mean, this is going to require a bit of trial and error, but what you're essentially trying to do is match it up to what you would find on here. Now, back to this crystal. I think we can actually use it on this telescope. The crystal fits perfectly in the telescope. So when we look through it, then now we have all these, what he described as strange symbols on here. And if memory serves correct, some of these actually look like astrological symbols, although I'm not too familiar with these, but I'm sure some of you might be more familiar with it than I am. Anyways, what we're going to do is look back at this canvas. And what we want to do is we want to light up those specific constellations, the Deneb, the Altair, and the Vega. Now this might actually require some trial and error, as I've mentioned before. So I am actually going to do this off screen, and I'll show you guys what happens when you finally get to it. So hang on just a moment, everybody. Okay, so the puzzle is precisely as shown. I suppose you could use this as a reference. Correct, this is the sum triangle. So now that we've figured that out, keep in mind these symbols. I know that they're a little bit hard to memorize, so I suppose you could say that this one looks sort of like a fence, a trident, and a horseshoe. Remember that. Fence, trident, and horseshoe. And that's what we're going to make these match up as. So let's look for a fence. Trident. And horseshoe. There is a small cabinet with 2 slots for cyrogens. Only one of them remains. That voice again, it comes from the bottom of the pit. Ugh. Probably some jackwagon who's eating away like a fatty McFruit basket. Ugh. I just hate it when people talk with food in their mouth. An empty hypodermic needle. Okay, so now that we have all of that done, a narrow window in the ceiling of the vault. There's nothing else here, so let's go down this hole. Ugh. Alexandra! There is a chair in the middle of the room. Alexandra! Still, he does not speak to us. A variety of surgical instruments and some jars with chemicals in them. And still he won't talk to us. There is a chair in the middle of the room. Let's try giving the syringe to him. This is what you asked me to search for, is it not, Alexandra? Am I right? The last door, Za Ilathil. The last door. We can cross together. What should I do? I am waiting for you, here in the midst. It's nearby. I can hear it. What is nearby? What do you hear? I hear the beating of its wings. I know we are afraid. I am ready. Sit down. And as instructed, we're going to sit down. And it looks like we're going through the same scene as the beginning of this chapter. So trying to converse with him doesn't really work, but let's give him the syringe. Except now it's through our perspective rather than his. Gross. Do you think that we will find any clue about Devitt's whereabouts? The police must have taken almost everything, but we have no other leads to pursue. Hopefully they have overlooked something. What about this room? There is a sealed letter between this table and the wall. It looks like Herr Beechworth never sent it. I think it is best that you read it. Dearest Alexander, please, you must reflect on this. We do not yet know what we are dealing with. If you were to open the door, it may stay that way. An open way for whatever lives on the other side. Videt nequi siat. And it looks like we're in a misty area now. Similar to how we were in the previous chapter where we were navigating through. Rather ambiguous. I can almost feel as if this place was cold. And it sounds like there's a little scratchy sound. And there's our friend in the yellow robe. Off into the mist we went. And the adventure will continue in Season 2. So we have an option for extras here. Unfortunately, right now, Season 2 isn't really available yet. But I guess we can click on something like the morgue. So again, these are just extras. I actually haven't even gone through this myself. The sky is cloudy outside. And what do we have here? Gross. Good lord, what a mess. The skin is all scorched. Cause of death is probably shock caused by sudden burns. A horrible way of passing. What could lead a man of God to commit such an act? All that remains is to file the medical report so he can receive the proper treatment a fine gentleman deserves. And we've got a scalpel here, pincers, and some scissors. The sky is cloudy outside. There must be something wrong with the water pressure valve. An anatomical model built of actual human bones. Okay, so now that we've got our scalpel and stuff, let's get out of here. Oh, we have not finished yet? Okay, well, let's try using some of these tools on this fool. Okay, he says that he needs to file the medical report. Maybe we have to fix the valves here? That doesn't seem right, though. Let's have a look. Aha, there we go. This case still puzzles me. If he wanted to commit suicide, why did he do it in such a painful manner? Was he drugged or intoxicated? I should check his stomach for signs of poisoning. I need to cut his chest open, so let's use our scalpel. Ew. Alright, the stomach looks fine on the outside, now I should cut it open to check its contents. So we'll use the scissors. I would need a sharper oh, I guess we just use the scalpel again. Ah, gross. What is this? There is something strange in here. It looks like a piece of paper. I need something to keep the stomach open while I extract that thing, so that's why we're gonna use the pincers. Ah, those sound effects are so gross. It is a note. Oh my. A crumpled note with 4 names. One of them is crossed out. I think I should inform the inspector immediately. How did his stomach acids not devour that? How strange. Anyways, these are just interesting little things that just add more to the story. It doesn't actually have anything to do with it. So let's go back to some of these and let's check out death sentence. Francis Baldwin, after being certified of your guilt by a peer jury, we find you guilty of the wicked and violent murders of the 14 innocent and sick people. Because of this sentence, I am hereby authorized to execute you at this very moment by hanging to death in the sight of God. Would you like to make a final statement before we proceed? Why will you say that I am mad? You should have seen how mercifully I proceeded with what love. I saved them. I released them. Now they are in a better place. Do you still believe I am mad? Yeah, actually we do. Fool got what he deserved. Gross. Okay, game, I get it. He's dead. Jeez. Now let's check out the Wanderer in the Fog. She is the only survivor. What happened to the others? They are all dead. I would like to talk to her. So there's some witch here. We've got a cross, some other witch, and a window. So let's look at this. A number of remedies in china and glass jars. She has only nonsense since she woke up. Let's see, what voice should I... Oh wait, didn't I already give this dude a voice? There is no doubt that this is a Catholic monastery. Obviously. Good afternoon, my name is Johann Kaufmann. I am a doctor. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions? Please be careful with what you ask. Miss Parnell's state is delicate. I am perfectly fine and able to talk, sister. Thanks for your consideration. Now, doctor, I understand you want me to repeat my story. I would be thankful to hear it indeed. I'll stay outside if you need me. Yeah, get out of here, you witch. I am a sane woman, doctor, in complete control of my mind and reason. You do not dare to question it. I certainly wouldn't. Then I will commence. I woke up in the dark. The room was small, so narrow that I could touch the wooden walls just by raising my elbows. Could you recognize the place? I couldn't tell at first. For a moment a most dreadful thought crossed my mind. What if I had been buried alive? When I got out, I found myself in my parents' house. I hadn't been there since they sent me to school. Did you see anyone there? Your parents or maybe someone you knew? No, they were not in the house, nor was any servant I had known in the years of my childhood. I was alone. I could feel the humid air in my skin and could smell the scent of the long time abandoned. I walked the rooms, unsettled by the silence. The place had the bleak feel of a ruin. Then I saw someone. In the opposite end of the corridor, an old woman stared at me. Did you try and talk to her? I tried to, but she did not answer, and she walked away when I tried to get closer. I followed her out through the back alley and into the streets. I got lost in the burg of Aberdeen. The streets were deserted and a thick fog covered everything. I thought I had seen the old woman through the fog once or twice, but they could have been shadows. So the city was empty? No, not completely. I met some people. Vagabonds. One of them was a priest. I remember a novelist and a boy, too. Well, let's ask about the priest first. This priest, where did you meet him? I met him in a stable. Good Lord, he said mass there among the beasts. Could you imagine the profanity? Tell me more about the novelist.
The woman had never written a word. She created only in her mind, you know. She could tell the story sentence by sentence with perfect precision, and I could even hear a piece of her last work.
What was the piece about? Do you remember anything about the novelist's work?
Yes, the piece she told me was something like this. The shadows of the past soon melted within the land that loves silence. Through the fog they walked, found themselves lost. Hoping for a sign from their gods, they set the camp on the beach, where 30 birds awaited to meet their crown.
So the boy, what about him?
I came across an abandoned carriage. The horse was long dead, its bones still harnessed to the cart. There was a young man petting the carcass of the animal.
Could you talk to this young man?
He was deaf, but I think he could read my lips. When he spoke, he did with a clear accent. He said he could only listen to the songs of the departed.
What happened then?
As I walked, the fog got denser. I could barely see anything around. I finally met the old woman. She didn't say a thing, but she gave me a cardboard card. Then she left.
She gave you a playing card?
It was one of those used to tell fortune. There was a drawing on it of a veiled person holding a lamp. Then the mist seemed to clear out and I could finally see.
What could you see?
A barren land, bathed by roaring waves. There were thousands of birds, and then I realized there was something else.
What was it?
It was there. It looked at me, the burning dark inside, the shaking, the scream, that vision that I cannot understand. What is it, Doctor? Have I finally lost the strength of my mind?
I almost want to tell her that that it must be a delusion, but let's tell her that we believe her. I am sure that what you lived was real, but I am afraid that I currently lack any proof that I can confirm your account. I am sorry. I should leave. Thank you for your time.
Wait, Doctor, I have something else to say. When I first woke up here, there was something beside me. Would this be enough proof?
It looks like a tarot card. Ah, and it's our red-headed friend. Interesting. And our last one, which would be Beechworth's wake. Let's see. He does not look dead, but just asleep. I barely knew him, busy as he was traveling the world. What would be of man with no aspiration for the other side to inspire or lead him? Let's talk to this witch.
I knew it would come to this. Your father was a terrible mess of a man. I am only grateful that he brought you to our home. Soon enough, not long after you were born, I hold no doubt that you will learn from his bad example and grow up to be a righteous gentleman.
What could there be greater than the efforts of mortals to rise from their miserable condition? Let's talk to this fool here. We will speak later, young man. We're busy.
This is so sad. He was most dearest to me. You know, your father was a complicated man. He had a strong character and was as stubborn as a mule. When he had taken a determination, he believed he had a mission in this world, though I am not sure he knew exactly what it was.
That which avoids description, the unknown, provides men with a reason to exist. Let's talk to this witch again.
Why did he do this?
I don't know. What the hell are you asking me for? It doesn't seem like there's anything else that we can do here. Let's try talking to this fool. This is an obscure domain, its secrets taken by man from the silence of nature and death. You are the young Beechworth, is that right? Your father left you everything, Anthony. The house, his accents, and all his belongings for you to receive when you come of age. He was very specific in his testament, though, that you should receive this promptly, his personal book log. And here we receive his book log. Interesting looking item. These are the memoirs of my life, my research, and knowledge of the other side. Use them wisely, son. The other side. Is he talking about the door? Ah, and we received an achievement for that. I know that you guys can't see it, but it's called The Other Story. Anyways, thank you for let's playing The Last Door with me, everybody. Oh, and we actually got an achievement for that too. The whole story. I know that you guys can't see it, but it's just barely there in the corner. Anyways, that's all for now. As this game updates, I probably will continue with this Let's Play, but for now, that's all that's available. So thank you for watching. I hope that this fits the October theme. So I'll see you guys in the next Let's Play. Bye for now, everybody.